just the season 2 forever.
Let's just leave the season
2 episode like 55,000. Okay.
People are going to be like, when's season 3 coming out?
Would you like some tea?
I'll have some, thank you. Cool. Yeah, we just said that we need to streamline this process more and figure out how we want to do it. Because as you see, we have a new look.
Speaking the mic.
We decided another location for this one in the studio, but let's see.
Yeah, we decided
where we're going to stay.
We decided to do this because we didn't have to move the table as far. But it ended up like adding 50 minutes.
We just spent 2 hours setting this up, which shouldn't be for the 10th time.
No.
So we have to figure it out. But we hope it looks good. We hope it sounds good.
It does sound good, I think. Might be a little too loud, but...
We can still talk about something.
Let's talk about stuff.
What are we talking about?
First of all, I would like to thank everyone for the podcast with Johan. A lot of people reached out and a lot of people seem to have liked it. So thank you guys. We got a lot of messages for people who want to be on the podcast. We'll go through them and we check what we can do. And but thank you so much for the love shown. What?
The love wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was nice. Thank you also, Johan, for coming on.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope it's going to help him as well.
And also thank you for rating the podcast on Spotify.
5 stars, bro.
That's nice. So if you haven't done yet, do it. If you like it, give him some stars. And that helps us a lot.
Helps. Try to go sideways.
But still, what are we talking about?
Today, I think it's just going to be a conversation because a lot of people online have been doing like their 2024 goals. And I think it's always nice to like do something like this just to hold yourself accountable in the long term. And also in the middle of the year, we can look back at this episode and
set out loud.
Yeah.
Online.
Because I haven't set any of my goals.
Public.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you set some goals though?
I guess, yeah. Make as much money as possible.
There's no number, so...
Yeah, more than 10 francs.
If it's 10 grand, it's 10 grand.
Yeah, I should be fine with this.
No, but did you also do some private ones? Like private, family?
I did, yeah. I did.
When did you do them?
I did them, I think like... It's kind of weird though, because like I feel like the beginning of a new year is not necessarily the beginning of anything else than the new year. But it feels like it's a nice time to like start doing New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, everyone,
yeah. And like at the end of the previous year, you're like, oh, I'll start next year.
Yeah.
So have you done any?
Easy.
Have you made any?
Yeah, not as much as the previous years. Even though I kind of feel like if any year it should be this one because there's a lot of changes at the end of last year. But yeah, I mean, I might still like go into it a bit more. I mean, I did some stuff, but especially business, it's more private wise. Business wise, I didn't do too many. I should go into that. But maybe today will be.
Is one of your resolutions finishing your documentary that you've been editing for like the past probably like, I don't know, 15 years? Add cricket sound.
Yes, it is. But that's like, I don't even need to put it on the to-do list because it's done now and we are planning the premiere. So, luckily I don't have to put it on my list.
Hopefully we'll have one episode on this.
Yeah, we talked about it. We should invite Niels.
Yeah.
My co-director of the documentary and talk about it. That'd be fun.
I'm just going to put this on the table.
Sure.
Because I need to check the levels because you seem to speak really loud today.
Really? I can just set it. Oh, fuck, that's hot. I can just set it a bit further.
Yeah, the tea is really hot. Don't burn yourself.
Thank you for telling me now after I just burnt myself.
Yeah. 5 minutes in, no valuable information shared. That's a clap that slate.
That's a typical clap that slate intro.
Yeah.
That's luckily off my to-do list, and even more so, I can like go into other projects, other goals.
Yeah.
Tell me, you wrote down some goals.
Yeah, I got some goals. I think professionally, I think it's just like working consistently on bigger projects.
What does that mean, bigger?
Bigger project means usually bigger like projects that allow us to have bigger crews and like people that are more specific in each roles. Last year, I had the opportunity to work on a lot of projects like this, which was really nice. I think last year was probably my best year in terms of project I worked on.
That's beautiful.
But I think I want to keep going up, and I think working on bigger projects this year. I didn't set it like a certain amount of projects I want to work on, but I don't know. Last year was like split between bigger projects, commercials, and also smaller, more like interview stuff like this. It's still very fun to do. I like shooting interviews and stuff, but instead of being like 50-50, I'd like to be like 70-30, like something like this. I think like the more corporate stuff is like not bread and butter, but it's like it's a good way to have like a stable income throughout.
Of course, yeah.
And it's super easy to do. So I think working on bigger projects with bigger crews and like solidifying the relationships I have with like the people I work with a lot, and just I think reaching out to more people and like meeting new people as well. During the pandemic, like we didn't meet a lot of new people. That's online true. Only, and like I built like solid relationships with people online. But I think I want to transition these online only relationships to like something more real,
physical.
Not necessarily. All right, now.
No, I understand. What's the main reason you want to do a bigger project? Because
I think this is because this is something I love to do, and I think I don't know, maybe stupid enough, but like a little bit stupid. But I'm more. I think I'm happier with the outcomes that came out of the commercial projects I did last year, as opposed to like interviews and more corporate stuff.
So you want your projects to be better?
Yeah.
And by that, like working with better people.
That might be a little bit like self-centered, to be honest, but I just feel like this is the trajectory I want to take and like continue to go up. But as I said,
and do you enjoy it more too?
I think so. Yeah.
On bigger sets with more people.
I think so.
Collaborating
because you have like more time to work on the project, as opposed to like if you shoot interviews, for instance, it's fun and all, but it just like you might have like one prep day and like one.
There's like a really cap on how much and how good of a quality you can get.
Exactly,
like
and you can't really have like
preparation, little people.
Exactly, and I've had like the chance last year to shoot interviews with like a little crew, which was nice enough because like we could do like proper lighting and stuff, but like bigger crews is always nicer because like you can like fine tune a lot more. And so I think
and it's collaborating at that moment.
Exactly.
Before it's just like maybe having an assistant. But it's not really collaborating.
Exactly.
Right? I find that very interesting. Like with bigger projects, that it starts to be a collaboration process and not you making something and somebody helping you out. It's more like you're making something together, each in his role.
Exactly, and it's so much nicer also for your headspace because like you just focus on what you want to do and what you're. At least pretending to be good at, and then I don't know, it's just like a lot smoother of a process. I think these two are like working more commercial and like building stronger relationships with people. That might be like a little bit of it's not BS, but it's like I think a lot of people might have the same goals, but it's just like last year.
What do you mean BS?
Like bullshit.
Why should it be bullshit?
I don't know, because it's like kind of like it's not something really specific, you know. It's not like I want to.
But maybe you
do
could
like
make
X
it specific.
Project. Yeah,
you could say I want 4 projects this year that are, you know, like bigger than what I've done, or that is more on the bigger side or something. Yeah,
I guess I'm not a huge fan of making like too strict of like too specific of like to-do lists or resolutions, just because
that's where the opinions go.
Yeah, I mean for smaller stuff, like more personal stuff, I think it's much easier. For projects, I think it evolves. I think when you build a relationship with people and then you work on cool projects, then I don't know, it's gonna evolve. But I know you probably on the I want to have like strict goals.
I'm not really on this side, but I know that it's just more, you can measure it better.
Yeah,
because
at
the end of the year, just saying I want to work on bigger projects. Yeah. That's a wide statement.
For sure.
And you're at the end of the year, you're gonna be able to say, yeah, I kind of did work on more projects. But if you say I want to work on 4 projects with at least a crew of like 8 to 10 people, then at the end of the year you'll know for sure if you met that goal, even if you only did 3, but at least like you got there somewhere. And if you just set bigger projects, I want to work on bigger, no, you're more accountable.
Maybe I didn't say right. I said more project than last year.
Okay,
so I have the baseline of last year, but I didn't want to set like like an unrealistic goal, like something that I couldn't necessarily reach.
That's okay. So what's the number? Do you know?
I think last year was like 7.
Big project 7. Okay.
Yeah. So
8 would be the number.
8 would be the number.
So you need 8 bigger projects.
Yeah.
I mean, you need, it's going to be what it is, but that way you can measure it and say, okay, I met my goal.
Yeah, 7 projects with a crew of like 10 plus. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't dislike the smaller stuff. It's just like creatively,
that's where you want to go.
That's where I want to go.
So it has to grow a bit.
Yeah.
It's not like the rest is gonna go away, right?
Do you have really specific stuff?
Like I said, business-wise, I really haven't set any like specific goals. I know that I want to reach out to people. That's this year like my biggest thing. I want to reach out to more people and build relationships like that, because it's nice making these natural, but I think reaching out we talked about this on the podcast too, I think before. I think networking was the episode.
Probably, yeah.
And where was I gonna go? I mean, it's nice making these natural relationships on set and stuff, but I don't think there's anything bad with reaching out if you do it in a nice way, and if you do it to people we discussed in that episode just briefly. If you do it to people that you really feel like this could be a match, and not just like blind to every production company you find, but if you feel like, hey, that's a production company I'd fit in, I can relate to, and I think we would be a match, working wise, then that's really like for the. And I mean, not just for this year. I want to do this in the next month or so to like start off the year.
Yeah. Does that imply you have to revamp your website, revamp your reel?
That's been done already.
You've done it already?
Yes, it's gonna be online very soon. And like a reel, I also want to edit a reel. I've never done a reel. Unbelievably, I've never edited a reel.
That's hard to do, I think.
Do you think? I don't know. I think it's hard because at first I thought it was hard because I tried to do too much. But then again, I was like, look, this is a 1-minute reel. It's just to show off your style and your work. So I try to not overthink it. And in my head right now, it seems pretty easy. Let's see I started like selecting clips and stuff. I haven't really edited it yet.
Yeah.
The only thing is music. I'd love to have some really good music. And I texted some artists, but I think it's too expensive for now. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. That's one of my biggest goals, like reaching out and being proactive.
Yeah. Talking about the reels, I think like the hardest thing with the reels is that, at least for me, just briefly, that's going to be an episode. We should make an episode about making a reel. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we talk 30 minutes about this? Should I not say it?
No, go ahead. Just came to mind, so you know.
I'm really it's hard for me to be pleased with the work I do. Really hard. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I always find things I can improve on everything I do. There's never been a project where I'm like, oh, I'm 100% pleased with this, because I always know, oh, I could have done this better, or like next time I do this, I have to do this better. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because like and also in my private life as well, I always find stuff I could always improve. So I'm never really, I'm happy obviously in my life, but I'm always finding stuff to improve on. So reels kind of like puts you in front of the work you've done. And even though it might be really good work, you have to face it. You face it and you look at it and it's like, this shot is really nice, for instance. However, I think the light could have been better. And it's hard for me to put this clip in a reel just because I know it could have been better, even though it's like it works completely in the reel.
But could it have been better? Because I think most of the time you do
the best you can.
With the resources you have.
Yeah.
And I think you have to embrace that you are not maybe where you'd like to be at one point, but you're on a good path and you're improving each project. And I think that's the most important. As long as this is happening, then
I know, but and I'm 100%. I agree with you.
I mean, everybody would probably agree, but it's really hard to do this in your head.
Yeah, when you do it, when you're on the timeline and you put the clips back together, and it's like, oh, it looks nice, but then you really start to look at it because like you edit it, and it's like, this one I could have done this better, or oh, the highlight is not nice in this one. Shit, like probably no one cares about when they look at it, especially agencies.
Especially in a reel where your shot is 2 seconds.
Exactly, not even. So it's like, I think it's something I have to work on as well. And yeah, I just want side note because I just wanted to say like reels. It's like the concept is easy because just like your best shots.
But I think the people that are like I mean, there's some people that really are not as limited by this pressure and by this like never being good enough.
Satisfied.
And I think they are the most successful because they just go with it. And
for sure.
You know, because everybody has it. I think the question is it to the amount that it still like enables you to be like to use your perfectionism to improve stuff, or is it like over the border where it limits you because you are like you're not wanting to share it, or you're not like even wanting to go about the project because you're like it's not going to be good? Because I've been at that point. Of course, I've had projects where I'm like I was so tense, I was so limited by that perfectionism that doesn't bring you anywhere.
I know.
By the time you're thinking about all that, you would have already finished that project and made another one.
Exactly.
And improved double. During that time.
But I think that's what's hard about like sharing your work in general. We're kind of taking a tangent, but like compared to like the topic of the podcast. But sharing your work is always hard because, especially if you're DP, because like sometimes you don't have control over the grade or the edit and stuff. And like you shoot something, you're really happy with like the image comes out, but you look at the final result and you're like, oh, fuck that, they fucked up the grade, or like, oh, the edit is kind of shit, and then you don't want to necessarily share it just because like you don't necessarily want to, you know, have your name linked to the final product, but the images look nice. Yeah, and I think that's hard.
Of course, it will always be hard, but maybe that's a goal we should set for this year. We should be less
self-conscious.
I mean, you know, while you're working on it, you can be as you know, you can use your perfectionism as much as you want and try to improve everything you want, because that's going to make the project better. But once it's out, like try to not, you know, hang on it and be limited by that's how it came out. Oh, the grade is not perfect. You know, share it. If you don't want to share it, just don't share it. But at least like go on and write down whatever you want to improve next time. But don't.
Should we set a goal for ourselves?
We should,
based on
right
this
here, right now.
So let's say, how often do you share work on like Instagram, for instance?
Really
it's not like you don't have like a schedule.
No.
So what if we say like once a month at least? Do you think it's feasible?
I think we should do more. If we set a goal, let's do more.
Every day, 5.
Let's say every week.
Every week.
We
God
do a post
damn.
every week.
So are you working on 52 projects this year?
No, but you could still, you know, you can even use a project twice if you have, you know. You could share frames. You could share the project. You share parts of the
once
project.
A week. Fuck, that's a lot.
Anything. I mean, it can be anything. It doesn't.
Could be
also
BTS.
Be from set, anything. Once a week.
All right.
That's our goal.
All right.
From now on.
Once a week.
Starting this week.
Instagram,
yes.
And LinkedIn if you want to.
Sure.
Hey, talking about LinkedIn and like people reaching out. There's this dude from like a company in Indonesia or the Philippines. He sent me, I think, 15 emails since end of December with the same text copy pasted. Hey Romain, did you see my last email? And then the email in there. And like I always block him and I never answer. And
what is it about?
If I want to outsource like editing or like VFX. Like after the 10th email, maybe get the.
He doesn't figure that you might not want that.
No, I don't think so. Wow. So I was like, yeah, cool.
Well, he made it on the podcast now, so
yeah. Ooh, Chester.
That's
your name. That's your name, Chester. Chester, if you listen to this,
emailing
stop spamming me, bro.
But please. If anybody wants to outsource editing, maybe Chester's your guy.
Yeah, Chester. Yeah, description in the blank.
Chester, we're gonna send you a PayPal request for $100 for this shout out.
Personal goals. Did you set some that you can share to the billions of people listening?
All of them sitting here.
Yeah, it's a live audience studio.
I don't know if I remember. I mean, one's is definitely like work-life balance, but I've been pretty good ever since last year. So I'm really glad I don't really have to work a lot on it. I just have to keep it on. Second, I mean, that's more work. Let's get straight into work. I don't think I have too many private ones that I know right now. But also one work is I want to do like personal work and passion projects.
Yeah.
This year I'm already working on 2 pre-production. Because it's just I have more time right now than I usually do.
That you produce or like someone
together, like with other people. directors, producers. I don't really produce it myself, no. And that's really something I want to do this year, because I feel like it's gonna be, the older I get, the harder it's gonna be, especially if,
to do specs.
To do specs, passion
okay.
projects, stuff that you're maybe not getting paid as much that you used to, and as long as I can enjoy that and do that without limiting myself too much, then I really want to use that, because it's already gotten harder for me.
Why?
Then just because I have less time, and I used to be at school still and having more freedom and just more, just going out and doing projects, because the projects are getting bigger, so you can't just do one over the weekend. Yeah. Usually, of course you can, but
I mean, Johan did a feature film over the weekends. So.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a lot of pre-production stuff. He didn't just do it. That's what I mean.
Shout out to Johan, who's one of the top 5 listeners probably on our podcast.
Yeah, that's I think that's one part why it got harder, and we want to like improve, and if we do a passion project, like do it right,
for sure.
and have some other crew members, like you said, on set, and not just 2 people shooting something. And that just is involved, like that comes with more organization, more planning, more time in the end, more resources, and that just makes it harder. You don't really do specs.
I don't do. No, I used to when I was younger.
See,
but now I just feel like either like, if for me to like do, and I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like for me to do passion projects for someone else, or like do spec work for someone else, the project really has to be really good and like bring something to me as well.
Of course,
you know, and I feel like around me, like there are some passion projects that are not necessarily spec ads. Like we don't say, oh, we want to do like a fake BMW commercial or something like this. It's more like, artists and like people like this who don't necessarily have the budget, and we kind of work pro bono for them, for like providing the gear, the studio, or like stuff like this, and then just play a little bit like a small role in this. And then I think this is more fulfilling than just doing spec ads for the sake of spec ads, for instance, just because you're helping someone's career or like artistic endeavors. But no, spec ads, like we should do a spec ads, but
this year, is that another goal for this year?
Oh shit,
yeah, we should just
one
spec ad together
once a week. Just one. No,
once a week. 2.
let me write this somewhere. Here. Can you so we have 1 post a week.
Shit, this might be, we're fucking out each other's like right now.
And then
goals. So people, we are writing this down as we speak.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be goals 2024.
And if at the end of the year we haven't like succeeded, what do? We
have to do 1 episode fully naked.
Sure. No.
People are like, no.
Please don't.
Please meet your goals. No. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Maybe if you have suggestions, if we don't meet it, for each goal we don't meet, what do we have to do?
I have a question on the.
Wait, let me write it down before. Otherwise, we're gonna forget for sure.
So just for the people who don't really text Phil often, Phil is a really bad texter.
I'm not. I think you are just too much on your phone. You're a really fast texter.
Yeah, because I have like WhatsApp on my computer. When I work, I just like ping, and I was like, yeah, yo, what's up?
I don't want that. But we'll talk about that later.
Anyways, so that's why it takes so long to write down on his phone, just because like he doesn't really know what the buttons are.
So when I answer you after 10 hours, it's usually because I've been texting 10 hours the message.
Yeah.
So it's
exactly.
It's not actually me not being on my phone. 1 post a week, and what was the second one? 1 spec ad.
But that's true. I'm too much on my phone. This is another goal for myself.
Oh,
that's fun.
Another one. What's the other one? We need numbers, bro. We're not just gonna say I need to be less on my phone.
I might just get an iPad then.
You can. No,
but like I really.
What's your screen time?
Screen time.
Yeah,
it's pretty high. Now.
You have your phone? No. Where's your phone? Yeah, this episode is gonna go a bit off the charts, but that's how we like it. I hope you like it too. I really need to see Omar's screen time.
How do we
settings?
Screen time is pretty high. You know why?
And then screen time somewhere.
General?
No, screen time. Yeah.
It's gonna be really high.
Why?
Because I'm on my phone a lot at night when the kids are asleep.
See?
0 minute. So
Why?
it's pretty
Pretty damn
low,
badass.
it's pretty
Did you
low.
turn it off?
I don't think so because it updated
Let me see.
the 15th January.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Screen time. Here it is.
4 hours.
Daily average 4 hours and 22 minutes. I thought it would be worse.
Yeah.
But what is that?
What's yours
for today?
What's yours? It's average, bro.
Is that average of what? This week?
Probably like a week or
Because
something.
that's only 2 days. You can do a weekly if you tap.
Down 27% from last week. So
I don't know. I have to check that again. Shit, I might be worse.
Okay, so now I understand why Phil doesn't text me
1
back.
hour, 49 minutes.
But you have an iPad that you're on all the time.
No, I'm actually not.
Stop lying.
But I think you can combine them even. You can say
No, but that's true.
check
Like I
all
think
the
like,
screen times.
I think like my screen time has to go down a little bit.
What do we want to get it to? 3 hours?
Yeah.
3 hours?
3 hours would work. 3
All right.
hours.
You could make 3 hours. That's still a lot.
That's a lot.
You don't need to 3 hours? For real, that's your
Three and
goal.
a half. 3.5. Let's say 5.
3.5.
5 hours.
That's more.
No, 3.5. 3.5.
Okay.
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna send me a report every week?
I guess you have to do one for you though.
Sure. 2 hours?
What?
2 hours?
You?
Yeah.
You're already under 2 hours.
Yeah,
So it's
but
like
that's
you should
not-
have like 10
it might be
minutes.
I'm never gonna text you back then. So 3 hours.
Okay, so
Screen
let me tell you
time,
guys
Romain.
now. This is a goal I just set now, but it's most likely one like a goal similar to all those people who go to the gym on the 1st of January and then never go back again. It's that type of goal, I think.
Just know that you're gonna have to.
I'll send you
something if don't.
reports. I'll send you reports. No. We don't have to do anything. No, I'll send you
we'll have
reports.
to, but yeah,
we'll
we'll find
see.
something.
We'll see.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any other goals you set?
For myself, like I don't know.
Yourself, work.
No work. I
Is it
think
bigger projects, more
bigger project
connecting
and more and connecting more to people.
physically.
Yeah. No, I think that's the gist of
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I feels like goals, setting too many goals. I think it's just like overwhelming. And then if you
Yeah,
want to
that's
change
true.
every aspect of your life, then it's
If
like
you have
it's
really
probably
things
not
that are
going to-
important to
yeah.
you, just focus on those, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think the phone thing is a good thing for me because I
The
have too much more
phone
time.
thing?
The phone, yeah.
I think you're on. Like whenever I text you, I get a response within 15 minutes max.
Because I have notifications everywhere. That might be one of the
But that's-
things. Like
turn them off.
Turn them off. Yeah.
I've turned them off like 3 years ago, and I never turned them on. My phone is always on silent.
So you go on WhatsApp like 5
No.
times a day.
no, it comes on my screen, but it doesn't like beep or anything.
Oh, it doesn't beep either.
So I mean, okay.
No. It's just like
And also, when I'm on my phone, it doesn't show. Like you have the banner coming down.
yeah.
I don't have that on because when I'm doing something on my phone, I don't want to be distracted by people.
Oh,
And then I'll
gotcha.
read it and I go
Gotcha.
and I forget what I was doing.
Yeah.
Whenever I go out, I'll see the notifications and
Yeah.
I'll answer because it's, bro. Honestly, even if you did WhatsApp 3 times a day, it'd be enough.
I would think so.
'Cause
Yeah.
Do you really need to if somebody really needs to like call.
Yeah.
So I try to
Yeah.
like that. Really,
You never
helped me.
really pick up the phone either when I call you. So
I do.
No.
I do.
But I
try
have to WhatsApp with you. I have to WhatsApp call you for you to pick up.
That's better. Really?
No, you only pick up when I WhatsApp call you.
I didn't know that.
Anyways, yeah. And do we have goals for the podcast?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our goal is definitely post once a week.
Yeah.
Like keep that schedule that we've been going for like 2 months now. 1 month.
Yeah. And I think
We started
it's-
December.
Yeah, and I
almost
think
2 months.
it's like in terms of audience and like the how do you call it? Like the interaction we have with like the people. I think like
It's been growing a bit
it's been growing
slowly,
a little bit.
but a bit.
Yeah, of course. Like,
But
it's-
yeah, I think that's the goal. Like really focus on streamlining this. That it's like a regular schedule.
yeah,
Editing these, recording these, posting these, and it's gonna be much easier.
Yeah.
To find time because if it's like a standard process, then you already know you're getting faster.
yeah,
And I already noticed that with editing now, with the autopilot, with the AI editing,
yeah,
we have like a solid structure now of editing it. We're
Yeah.
pretty fast. The only thing is, I think, recording it, but that's another story.
You mean like the setup and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like
have
we
to
said,
stream.
2 hours for setting up.
Yeah, because we're slow, and like we know it's like a new setup and
yeah,
stuff.
we keep changing the setup. We're probably not too happy yet.
Yeah.
Once we find a happy place, then.
And something.
Yeah, do you have any other
for the
goals
podcast?
For the podcast?
I think like having more guests. That's something we've been like talking about a lot. And I think it's super fun that we have these conversations like this, but it's also really nice when we have like.
Let's set another goal right here. Let's say every second batch record we have a guest.
Yeah. All right.
Can we manage that?
Yeah, that's like six a year. That's fine.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
So every 4 episodes will be a guest, basically.
Yeah.
That works.
And more if we can, but.
Yeah, of course. 1 guest.
But since we're doing batch records, I think it's just a little harder to like, because like scheduling is like the hardest part.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Just, I mean, we could already schedule like the whole year for now.
Yeah.
Basically.
I guess.
If we wanted to. Yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And if you guys have recommendations or like people you would like to come on the podcast, even if like these people are not necessarily in Switzerland, we could do over Skype. We like it better when we do it in person. And I think if you're in Switzerland and like you know people who would like to come on here, just like send us an email, like a message on Instagram, or Instagram is the best way to reach us, and we'll try to make it work if it makes sense for the podcast, and like if it's a good story, like if the person is interesting and stuff. Like everybody's interesting, but like if it fits like the type of content we want to do. So,
and also keep telling us what you like, what you don't like, maybe also what you think is boring or we should improve, because now that we post that often, we can improve things quickly and change things or bring other topics into the podcast that we might not have thought of. So,
and we're still trying to get the best audio quality we can. It's just like a little harder with those mics. We still have to find a solution to like make it sound better, but I think it sounds pretty good.
Keep on working on it.
But we're working on it, so thank you.
Yeah, I think that's it for the goals. Huh?
So let's recap the goals. Goals. We got. I forgot the goals.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So we have post like once a week.
Like each of us posts once a week on Instagram.
On Instagram, at least. Is it post or story? Post.
No, post. Stories don't count.
Stories don't count. All right.
Stories are too easy, right?
Yep.
Then we want to bring our screen time down.
Screen time down.
You are at 3.5 hours. I'm at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then we want to keep posting the schedule we have
every week. We might take like 1 or 2 breaks during the year.
Maybe
maybe not. Who knows? How far can we go? And have like at least 6 guests this year.
Yeah.
Let's say 6 guests this year.
That's easier.
The minimum. So it's easier for like if over the summer and stuff. Like we can't really do it.
And there was something else.
We're so bad at this.
1 spec ad.
Oh, 1 spec ad together.
We're gonna make 1 spec ad together.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's a good idea.
Let's make it look nice.
So that's the goals for 2024.
Yeah. Let's clap for 2024.
Yeah.
New year, new me.
See you in exactly 1 year and talk about
how we fucked up every other goals. No spec ads, deleted Instagram. Screen time is 12 hours a day.
If you have ideas to what we should do if we don't meet them, let us know.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to get naked on the podcast. That'd be a bad idea for the podcast. But
yeah, YouTube is not allowed.
Other things
we can like stream on like different sites.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you next week.